Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm StarofWisdom.
Hello, I'm Asa.
I was kind of delayed.
I forgot that that's what we do. I forgot that we introduce ourselves every episode. Can I ask, like, why? Like, why?
Why?
Yeah,
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I mean,
like, don't they know
feel like
who I am? Even new viewers.
I mean, yeah, we probably don't have to start every episode with saying, hey, here I am, but, like, otherwise I don't have another intro. I already have enough trouble with an outro. So, better, the intro works, it's consistent, it's expected.
I mean, I feel like intros are like, you can get away. Wait, what? What am I doing?
I think if I had, like, some sort of intro that I could play, maybe I'd be able to get away with, like, not like some animation that played at the beginning or something, you know?
Yeah, you should do that.
Like, yeah, I mean, eventually I might do something like that, but it's just not really worth it at this point to bother with getting that fancy. It's a lot easier to just say, hey, what's up, everybody? I'm StarofWisdom.
Yeah, I guess.
Also, I'm doing the canon gym, and I totally had the same problem that you had with not being able to figure out, like, that you could turn that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely because of the gray platform isn't next to it on the side. Like,
It's kind of
it doesn't, like, yeah, it doesn't, like, it's not obvious that that's what you have to do, is then that particular cannon going the other way.
Right.
We got there.
Yep. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like you can get away with doing a more casual intro where you just kind of start, like, you just pick up where you like some interesting conversation, especially if you have a animated intro or whatever. But an outro,
Right.
I feel like, is most important.
Yeah, which is why my outros are good.
Yes.
Anyway,
I need to catch a
I'm not
Pokemon.
super concerned with either aspect. Just do what works. All right. Well, we can jump right into the questions for this week.
Do it.
Starting off from Griffin, who thought we had some questions in the backlog, but I think we got through everything. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll just start with his question for this week. Which is, why were you obsessed with the color orange as a child?
Why was
And
I?
also, what did we look for besides ropes in a good playground? Which are two different questions.
Okay.
But starting with why you liked orange.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say why kids do the things they do. I don't know why I liked orange so much. I can give a few thoughts on why I think it was a popular color for me. One of them being Ron Weasley. So we were very into Legos as kids, and Lego Harry Potter was a big hit, and Ron Weasley was, for some reason, my favorite character from Harry Potter. And I really liked his Lego head, Lego hair. And I would carry that around, and I'm pretty sure... here's the thing, it's like, this is like the chicken and the egg situation. I don't know which came first, like my inexplicable love for orange or the Ron Weasley thing, because I also...
Well, I don't know, because did you do the crayons before the hair, or was it the hair that started?
I think it probably had to have been the crayons. I would carry around crayons, orange crayons. Crayons?
Yeah.
What are all these... I won't know. Steal.
Like, specifically orange crayons, Ron Weasley hair,
and a Lego basketball, going with the Lego theme.
basketballs, and also sheep. And those were, like, for a long time, because I guess, some context, because obviously Griffin knows this, but context for people who don't know is, like, the obsession with the color orange is related to just a bunch of stuff that you would carry around.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where you were carrying so much stuff, like, you'd constantly have them in your hands, that eventually you got, like, a lunchbox that you filled up.
Yes.
With various objects.
I never brought lunch in it.
No.
To me, it was... What am I doing? Yeah, it was called the Bat Pack, and I would keep all manner of
Batman.
things.
It was a Batman-themed lunchbox.
But that definitely came after the
that
little
came
stuff
after,
that I would carry around.
Yeah, you'd carry around yellow and green lightsabers.
Yeah. Always in a lot of Legos. You're kind of noticing a theme here, I'm sure. So yeah, it would be the main things I remember are like little sheep, like little tokens, little sheep, and then orange crayons, which would inevitably melt in my pocket or hand. So my pockets had like orange wax coating them. What else? Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it was the sheep. It was like plastic sheep, Playmobil sheep.
Yeah, I remember this one
stuff
was like this little glass one that wasn't Lego or Playmobil or
right.
Like
yep.
More
and
of
over
the
time,
series.
the sheep became orange because you were carrying them with orange crayons. So they were all like.
Yes. I think
But yeah,
we probably
eventually it
still have
became so many objects that you couldn't really fit them into just your hand anymore. So
no.
that was where the Batpack came in.
Yeah, and that was kind of the evolution of the practice, you could say.
But it wasn't necessarily clear why specifically. Whoa! I just got the TM for Dark Void.
Whoa, from a gym leader?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dark Void, I think in this generation is a 100% sleep move.
100% what? Sleep?
It's 80% accurate.
Oh.
It's like 80% chance to put the opposing Pokemon to sleep, and I can learn it. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna learn it right now because I have a really good moveset already.
Yes, thank you. I need to catch this chair. I'm sorry. I know we were doing a solo lock, but I need a Pokemon who can learn to fly because I'm not about to run all the way back to Castelia City.
That's a good point.
I mean, I suppose by this point I could have made it, but here we are.
Yeah. So anyway, I think orange was just your favorite color.
Yeah, it was kind of just, kids do that.
Yeah.
They get attached to things.
As far as what we were looking for in a good playground, I always wanted verticality. That was the important thing to me, is like structures to be able to climb on, which is one of the reasons why that rope park that we were talking about last episode was so good, is like it has a lot of verticality. But I liked structures, I liked getting up in trees. I liked structures that you could climb up the side of the playground. Like stuff with non-obvious ways to get where you wanted to go, if that makes sense. Like if you had a ladder going up to somewhere and then you had like just a sheer wall with maybe some like unintentional handholds.
Yeah.
I wanted that sheer wall with the unintentional handholds so that you could get up and down. If you were being chased, I liked to go for the risky routes that someone could follow me up a staircase or a ladder, but if I got up on the roof and then jumped off, they weren't going to follow me,
right, yes.
So that's kind of what I was looking for in playgrounds, is the more up and down they were able to go, the more I liked it.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
I remember
I could have had a Garchomp here,
as a young kid, I always liked when the playground equipment was kind of shaped into like a gimmicky kind of thing, like not a gimmicky, but there was like a theme or whatever. I remember there was this one park sort of near our house that we would go to because our mom was picking up mulch or wood chips from a pile nearby, and there was like all these like trains that you could climb around on, and
like it was shaped, every piece of equipment was shaped like a train,
right?
More than just like I could care less if it was like a ladder up to a slide. That's useless to me.
Yeah.
We want platforms, we want castles, fortresses.
Yeah, just like cool stuff.
Yeah. Yep. I would say that was the big draw.
I remember, so there was that one park with the ropes, but there was another one that we stopped at one time on a road trip, and it was like same idea, but like in a totally different state, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I don't know exactly which one it is.
Like it went up,
yeah,
it was like on a hill, and it went up super high, so that when you were on like the top sections, you could like look for like miles around. Pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a. I think playgrounds are cool in the sense that they give you as a kid the opportunity to like. There's a lot of potential to apply your imagination in a playground.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's why they were such a draw for us as kids, is like having a structure that we could then build off of for various games.
Right.
It was cool. Is this a house where I can heal? This person's making soup. This person. Ah, yes, it is a house where you can heal. Very nice. That's
if I remember correctly, there's a doctor right here. Yes.
Moving on, we have some questions from Zach. The first one is, what is worse to deal with, a troll or someone who tries too hard?
Well, I'm both of those, so... Speaking from first-hand experience, I think somebody who tries too hard is more difficult to deal with. That's the question.
Really? Yeah. Well, it's what's worse to deal with.
What's worse to deal with?
Yeah.
I mean, trolls I think are pretty easily ignored. At least, I mean, I guess
that's a good point.
I don't get.
I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking for me, like, I find trolling to be more annoying than trying too hard, because trolling is like intentionally being difficult for the sake of being difficult, whereas someone trying too hard isn't necessarily always intentional. It's, you know, they're trying to
That's
do
just their
something.
personality, and I feel like a lot of times you're emotionally detached from trolls because like you don't know them, but I feel like a lot of times somebody who's trying too hard is going to end up being a friend, and you don't want to like you don't want to
have to
and,
tell
like,
them that.
Yeah,
I think you're right. Yeah, I was gonna say trolls just because it seemed harder for me to forgive like intentionally being obtuse, if that makes sense. But that's a really good point, that trolls are, when it comes to what's easier. Oops, I fell off of that ramp. When it comes to what's harder to deal with, I think trolls are definitely easier to deal with because, like you said, you can ignore them pretty easily. In most circumstances.
I mean,
if it's a circumstance where you're dealing with someone who is intentionally obtuse and you can't ignore them, like you're not given the option to, and they're intentionally messing with stuff. I don't know. In that case, actually, then you don't have to feel bad about telling them off for it.
Yeah.
You know. So I guess that's another good point. So yeah, I agree. Someone who tries too hard is worse to deal with because it's harder to actually bring it up and confront them about it than someone who's intentionally trolling.
Yeah.
So
I think that's my answer.
That's smart. The next question is, if you were a Pokeball, what Pokeball would you be?
I don't know. I'll let you answer first.
Well, I'm not sure, because here's the thing. I've talked about this a lot on stream, that I really like the standard Pokeball.
Yeah.
Like, I like the classic design of it. It looks clean. It doesn't have random extra stuff going on.
Yep.
I think most people can agree that a standard Pokeball isn't, like, it's not visually offensive. It's not the most visually appealing. There's other balls that, like, look really cool. But I'm a big fan of the regular Pokeball because it's hard for me to say what is a personality related to other Pokeballs, if that makes sense. Like, I like the Pokeball because it's straightforward. The other ones, it's hard for me to decide whether or not a particular ball is good with a particular Pokemon, because it's like, it's just, I would rather keep it simple. So for that reason, it's also hard for me to pick a Pokeball and be like, yes, this represents me, because of all of the Pokeballs, I mean, there's some that have utility, there's some that look kind of cool. Like, Beast Balls look cool, but I wouldn't be a Beast Ball, you know? That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So...
Yeah, I mean...
I don't know. It's hard to say. I would say my favorite Pokeball is... I mean, I like Premier Balls, too. Premier Balls are really cool. And then there's, of course, stuff like Cherish Balls and the... I think it's just Cherish Balls, right? That are the super fancy ones.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like those, too, but I don't necessarily think that those are representative of me either.
No, I mean, I feel like there are some Pokeballs, I mean, and I'm not including the Kurt Pokeballs because that's too many, I don't remember. But, so, like, there's Pokeballs that are general use for a lot of things, like Pokeballs and Premier Balls, and, I mean, Great Balls and Ultra Balls to a lesser extent, but they just look worse, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And then there's Cherish Balls, Luxury Balls, I think. But the thing is like a lot of the Pokeball like specialty ones are like type based, right? So like they look cool on certain
they're like
Pokemon.
The Moon Ball lets you catch things that evolve with a Moonstone.
Right.
Just like, which the thing is, you don't have to use it for that, and Moon Balls still look cool. A big part of it is also just knowing the animations associated with certain balls.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I will say I do like the Dream Ball, and I feel like that is pretty representative of me because I tend to think about stuff a lot, which is not necessarily quite what they mean by Dream Ball, but you know, in the sense of daydreaming.
Yeah.
I like the Dream Ball's design. That's what I'm planning to eventually catch my Shiny Authentic Sinistea with, if possible.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Dream Ball. I feel like that's the Pokeball that I would be.
All right.
But again, I think I'm very partial to standard Pokeballs and Premier Balls.
Yeah,
those are,
same.
I like the clean design of those.
I'd have to go with
in general.
Pokeball, but if I had to choose one that was less boring, or you know, it's not boring, but if I had to choose one that's not that, I would choose Luxury Ball, I think. Ever since like what's her name? The champion of the Sinnoh region used Luxury Balls for her Pokemon, and I thought that was really cool.
Cynthia?
Yeah.
Wait, Cynthia actually used Luxury Balls?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
that is a cool touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know how to beat this Latias. This is a problem.
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't have anything that hits it super effectively.
I can't get into the Relic Castle.
It's neutrally. Oh, never mind. Bug Buzz is super. Right, it's a psychic type. I forgot that it's a psychic type. Okay, never mind. We're fine. It's dead. The Relic Castle, is that in the desert?
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm just being
I forget what you have to do to get in there.
Big dumb, but I can't figure out how to get past this one thing. Can I ask this person politely to move?
I forget. Do you actually have to go there for something?
Evidently.
Alright, I have a new encounter in Twist Mountain. It's a Jolteon. That's pretty cool.
That is
I
neat.
could see using a Jolteon. Can I catch a Jolteon is the question. Oh, I have a Cherish Ball. I forgot.
Really?
And a Dream Ball. I even have a Dream Ball. Interesting. Well, this is going to be a little bit tricky because I don't have very good Pokeballs for catching this Jolteon, and it's so low level that it's going to be hard for me to actually do damage to it. I think my best shot is using Horn Leech. Right? That's my weakest move. Okay, nice. I got down to red health. Anyway, that's the Pokeball question. We have a couple more, one more from Zach, and then a couple from Sam. Right, we're not attacking this Jolteon. I'm trying to catch it. I'm trying to catch the Jolteon. Zach's last question was, if Nintendo did a canon crossover with two of their main games, what would you want it to be? So, for example, if Link found a Pokeball.
Right. Which, I mean, can you count Pokemon as a main Nintendo franchise game?
it is its own thing, but it's always been exclusive. Well,
Yeah.
it actually it's exclusive to Nintendo consoles and now increasingly mobile.
Yeah.
And I think of any franchise that would someday go to another platform, I think Pokemon is one of those that might do it. But all right, I got the Jolteon. Thank goodness. What is my naming scheme for this game again? Oh right, Candy. Let's see. What's a good name for a yellow Candy? Yellow Jolteon.
Honey.
Ooh, honey is good. Thank you. I'll take that.
On that note,
yeah.
This episode is sponsored by this Jolteon.
Yes. Definitely. That's how it works. Let's see. Actually, let me see what the Jolteon's ability and stuff is. It's only level 30, of course. Storm Drain. That's okay, I guess. It's got Nasty Plot, Doom Desire, Bullet Seed, and Magic Coat. Okay, well, not amazing.
What am I doing? Oh my god, why can't I get past that?
Yes, so canon crossovers with two main games. I'm not sure that I'd want to see anything crossed with Zelda. Like, Zelda and Pokemon together would be really cool. Just because I think that if you took the Zelda formula of wandering around and then also like that type of adventure as a person and then combine that with also having Pokemon in the game and like that whole quest aspect, I think that would be a cool combination. But I'm not sure. Oh, this place is weird. I don't know. I like Zelda so much as its own thing that it's hard for me to imagine like a canon crossover with any other series. I mean, because you have there have been cross references between Zelda and Mario, with Mario enemies and references appearing in Zelda games. But I mean, it's questionable whether or not that's. I mean, it's canon, but it's not like it's actually Mario showing up in the game. You know?
Right.
It's a little bit different. So. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like which Nintendo franchises I would actually like want or think it could work to see appear in like their universe crossover. I think Mario has a lot of freedom to cross with other things. Like Mario would be the easiest franchise to move in because it already is goofy enough that you could have a premise of a game where, oh yeah, Mario ends up in this world and like no one's gonna question that.
Yeah.
But then the question is which world does it get crossed with? And I don't think it's Zelda. I don't think it's Pokemon. They're just those two series are both just too established with their lore, and the consistency within their series. So I'm not sure, but I feel like the first one that you'd have to go with is Mario. And
I think
then
it'd be
from there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No. Finish.
Well, I was thinking maybe Kirby. Like Kirby is another one that's, I think, takes itself lightly enough that it wouldn't fall apart at having just another random. I also, especially, I'm thinking like at the Paper Mario games, and then you have stuff like Paper Kirby, or not Paper Kirby, but like Kirby's Crafted World and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you did a Craft series game of Mario and Kirby in it together, that would work really, really well. Like, I think that would be super successful.
Yes, that would be good.
Yeah.
I kind of.
So I don't know.
I kind of like the idea of, or I could see Animal Crossing having DLC where you could get different Nintendo characters as villagers on your island.
That would be
like
really cool.
Little
yeah.
chibi versions of them.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I just don't know that that's necessarily like a canon crossover is, in my mind, if you're saying that something is like, no, I'm saying that if it's a canon crossover, you're specifically saying these two universes forever and always are connected.
Yeah.
Like in Smash Bros, all of the Nintendo characters interact with each other, but that's not canon to those individual characters' series, if that makes sense, you know? Like, just because Mario and Link show up in Smash Bros. Together doesn't mean that their worlds are connected, that their universes are connected. In the Smash Bros. Lore, they absolutely are, but the Smash Bros. Lore is its own thing. So,
right.
I think by doing a specific canon crossover of 2 games, it's saying that these 2 universes are irreversibly connected for the rest of time.
Right.
And I just don't know that I want that with any of their franchises that take themselves seriously, or more seriously than like Mario, for example.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like with Animal Crossing, it like, I don't know. I'm probably overthinking it. It's probably my own preference that I'm obsessed with having things like... It's so hard for me to think of canon crossovers, if that makes sense.
Well, because
because
really...
I care so much about the canonicity of specific things.
Yeah.
And I get so invested in like, does this make sense in the lore? Does this work? That then if I see something, I need to have a real good reason why that crossover is happening, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's why I have so much trouble with this question. Okay,
no,
so
if
I take out the canon aspect of it, and I say, let's just say that they're doing a crossover where you're putting the mechanics of 2 games together, and which 2 game franchises have mechanics that would work really well together. I think that something with Metroid, like that aspect of like the space element, I think would be really cool. Like you take the space setting of Metroid and then cross that with Pokemon, but have Pokemon be on different planets. So like instead of going to different regions, you're going to different planets and finding Pokemon there.
That'd be cool.
And like they're like actual species. So it's not exactly Pokemon, but it's Metroid, but there's all these species of creatures that you catch, which end up being Pokemon, and use to battle your way across other planets. I don't know. Something like that is kind of what I would like to see as a crossover.
That'd be cool. Could I have you look something up for me really quick?
Yeah.
It's how to get past the stupid quicksand in the Relic Castle.
Let's see. Pokemon.
Because people have been watching me for about 15 minutes now, just like run into the same 2 quicksand pits and run up the stairs again. And this guy is giving me like cryptic advice.
Walk.
Like,
You have to walk.
you have to
Walk
walk
around the outside. Yeah, walk around the outside. Around the outside. Don't hold any buttons to run or bike. Just walk.
I swear I've done this before. I swear.
Is it working?
Yeah, it worked.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh my
I
god.
want to battle this person. There we go.
Ooh, I get to take a fossil.
Yeah. Alright, so then the last couple questions that we have from Sam are related to the Crown Tundra DLC for Sword and Shield, which comes out a few days after this video. First one is, what Pokemon are you most excited about in Crown Tundra? And I'm very excited to have legendaries coming back in the game. I'm apprehensive about it, but I'm excited to have them. So I'm excited about the Tapus, as painful as they are going to be to deal with. There is one particular Pokemon that is returning that I'm pretty happy about that hasn't been officially confirmed to be returning. It's just rumored from a leak. So I'm not going to say it here, but there is one Pokemon that, if it comes back, I will be very happy because it's one of my favorite Pokemon.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm excited for the legendaries in general because that is like the thing for Crown Tundra.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the Galarian forms of Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Specifically Articuno, I think, is the most exciting. I don't have any moves to hit this sunspot. But yeah, that's what. Sorry, I've got hiccups. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, I don't really know about Crown Tundra.
I mean, yeah.
The legendary looked interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I think so. There's apparently some other thing about the legendary that they haven't like really alluded to fully yet, and I think that's probably a good thing because I want there to be something more interesting than just, oh look, here's Calyrex. And actually, this gets into Sam's second question, which is any theories about Calyrex, the legendary birds, and the storyline? For me, I personally think that, judging off of how Sword and Shield and Isle of Armor's main stories went, I don't have high hopes for the storyline in Crown Tundra. I just think it's more likely that they're gonna be lazy again. But I'm hopeful that they take the opportunity to go in a cool direction with it. You know, I think it would be really cool if they took the opportunity and like had a new evil team show up who was trying to do something with legendaries, because that didn't really happen in the main game. It'd really be nice to have an actual evil team trying to get control of legendary Pokemon, whether it's the birds or the Regis, you know, because the Regis are apparently going to have their own temples throughout the area. So I think here's what I'm expecting from the DLC. I think, like Isle of Armor, the actual terrain design is going to be really cool again. Like, the Isle of Armor's area was a really cool place to explore, and I think that will be the same thing in Crown Tundra. I'm hoping that there's a little bit more puzzle elements involved with like finding the locations of the birds or the temples for the Regis. It's not just something that you get to like just walk up to and go inside. And I'm hoping that it's not as many fetch quests and more like, I think one big thing that the Isle of Armor got wrong was that it set itself up to be something that someone could play right when the game's like, it doesn't have to be an end game experience.
Right.
And so because of that, it's not very enjoyable when you've beaten the game. I feel like by the time that they're releasing Crown Tundra, they should be giving players some credit and saying, okay, you've probably beaten the game. So with that in mind, have some actually challenging battles and actually fight some enemies and like fight some evil trainers, and there's some plot where you have to encounter, like, I don't want it to just be fetch quest stuff again, back and forth, and then a couple of sort of ultimately inconsequential battles. So yeah, that's what I got. My one theory about the legendary birds that will likely not pan out to anything, this Togetic is going to be annoying to deal with, is that with the original Cantonian birds, they have an unofficial fourth bird, which is Lugia. And so it might be cool if they had a Galarian form Lugia.
That'd be cool. To,
like, be the head of that grouping. I cannot beat this Togetic, because I'm out of moves, mostly. Do I have any else? Do I have anything for restoring PP? Well, I'm in a bit of trouble here. Does my Jolteon have moves that can hit it? It's got Doom Desire and Bullet Seed. Alright, well, I think I have to heal my Jolteon here, weirdly enough. So, yeah, I'm excited for Crown Tundra, but I'm also, like, not so excited because I have a feeling that they're not going to take it to its full potential. But I hope that they take it to its full potential.
Right.
And that's kind of where I'm at with Crown Tundra.
And you'll be streaming it.
Mm-hmm.
When?
Yeah, the day it comes out, it's supposed to come out on Thursday the 22nd. I don't know if that's going to be Thursday morning, when I usually stream, or Thursday night. But either way, I want to stream it once it's out.
Cool.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing through it. I don't think it'll take very long because, again, I don't think that there's going to be much story there. But I cannot deal damage to this Togetic. This is a problem. How do I stop this?
Really good. You know, it's the fun aspects of solo Nuzlocke that really shine through.
It's just, the problem is that I'm out of PP on all my moves that could hit it.
Yeah.
What does Magic Coat do again? Reflect Spect. Target moves like Leech Seed and lose the damage status. Because all I have are Doom Desire and Bullet Seed on my Jolteon to hit it.
Yeah.
And, yep, Bullet Seed does no damage to Togetic. I guess one other thing on the subject of Sword and Shield DLC is there's apparently some speculation that maybe there would eventually be a third DLC that could involve returning to something like the Kalos region. Which is totally a rumor so far. I haven't seen anything official to support that speculation. I just got crit. No. Please don't kill me. I hope this Doomsayer attack does enough damage. That didn't do enough damage. This is painful. So anyway, if there is a third DLC that lets us go back to a region, that is where I would really expect to start seeing, like, some content. You know? Like another plot line.
Yeah.
But I think it would be so cool to go back to the Kalos region, because that game, it never got a third version, and it was sort of right at the edge of moving into 3D. So I think it wouldn't be too difficult to, like, adapt that setting into like the 3D of Sword and Shield. Like it wouldn't be the same thing. Like if you put Kanto in 3D, you know, it's gonna not feel right.
Yep.
Whereas if you put Kalos into 3D, I think you could make it work okay.
Yeah.
Don't kill my Jolteon, please. I am... Why is Togetic so annoying? I literally cannot stop this thing because it's got stupid synthesis. Switch back into Chocolate. I don't want my Jolteon to die. I just needed to have run back and healed sooner. I'm out of PP and I don't have any restore.
Oh no, did I just...
I'm gonna have to struggle to death to beat this Togetic. Okay, let's heal some poisoning if I can. Yes, magic. But yeah, if there was, like, a DLC to be able to go back to a region, I think that would be a really cool way of doing it too, instead of making a whole full-blown remake, you know? Because I think remakes are okay, but I like the aspect of DLC where you get to keep the stuff that you already have in your save file, you know?
Yeah.
Especially in Sword and Shield, because I've finished the Pokédex. Like, I like that I'm not gonna be... I would appreciate not having to completely restart.
Right,
you know?
and it's kind of cool,
Finally.
like, I've always wanted to play a Pokemon game that's more like the anime, like, you're this
Where
one
you're, like,
Pokemon
actually...
trainer, and you're actually going between the different regions and, like, taking down the different gym leaders in different areas, instead of, like, restarting every time, and, like, always, it's your first ever Pokemon, you know, like...
Right. Yeah, I want to see a Pokemon game where it's not your first ever Pokemon journey, you know, like...
Or it could start that way, but I mean, like, then you go between
but then you have,
every
like,
region
post-game stuff,
like,
where...
Yeah.
I think that's what's so good about Gold and Silver, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, is, like, you do get to go back to this second region, and the gym leaders do take you more seriously. Like, they're better. They are higher-level gym leaders that you still have to fight through.
That's interesting.
Is our fire alarm going off?
Yes.
Smoke detector.
It's been beeping.
Well, we're through the questions anyway, and I am just needing to get back out of this cave so I can go heal up. So this is probably actually a good spot to wrap up the episode.
All right.
As long as
Seems
you're in a
like
good
somebody's
spot.
messing with it, but can't be.
Darwin.
Darn it, Darwin! I told you to get off that chair.
Just leave the smoke detectors alone. They're fine. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you, as always, for your questions and topics of discussion. Yes, thank you specifically for your questions.
For my answers.
Yes, for your answers. Thank you for your answers and your contribution. But yeah, let me just knock out this Mienfoo. Got a beautiful smoke detector in the background. And we will see you again next week.
There's a special prize for whoever tells us how many times total the smoke detectors beep in this episode.
Are you providing this special prize, I would assume?
Well, maybe not, but that's why it's special.
There may or may not be a special prize.
You'll just have to count them all. Go back and rewatch it.
Find out.
It'll be up to you.
All right. thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.